Welcome back to OneStopTutorials.com. Alibaba here from sunny Thailand again. How you doing, everyone? Great to be here, back with Flash sitting in front of us. Now, in the last tutorial, we got into the pencil tool and the line tool. Okay, we showed you how to use them and showed you the contact area down here that is related to those tools that we used. Okay, what I want to show you now is I want to show you the properties. Now, each one of these tools has a properties. Okay, first things first, let's open up the properties. On my layout, as I showed you here, this is my layout. I chose the classic view and modified it a bit. If yours is different and you can't actually see the properties, then it is this icon here. It's this 3D box with some other icons on it. If it's not there, simply go to Windows and choose properties. There it is. The actual shortcut is Control F3. So now we got this up. Okay, you'll notice that this is actually the properties area for this actual document. Okay, anytime we select a tool, inside of this is a different properties. Okay, now in our case here, we're going to use the pencil tool, and I'm going to show you how to do stuff with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the pencil tool. I'm going to come down here and make sure I've got ink selected, and then I'm just going to draw just a basic squiggly line on the top. Okay, now what we have here under our actual properties here is we have some different options. Okay, now these options are set just with the pencil tool selected. If I was to grab the selection tool and I was to grab it and draw, select that whole line, you'll notice that now some of these actual properties are different. Okay, so depending on how you're using this, depending if you're grabbing the pencil tool or what other tool, or if you're actually selecting it, the options in here might be a bit different. So with this selection made around this actual line, okay, you'll notice we have position and size. The X allows you to move it left to right, which moves it along the X axis. If you hover your mouse over the number, simply left click, you can drag it left or you can drag it right. So if the X axis goes left or right, the Y axis will probably go up and down. Okay, again, hold it over the number. What you have here as well is this is a link. Okay, at the moment this is disconnected, which will allow you to move the width, okay, across. And this is the height, allow you to move it up and down. You can always click on this, left click on this link, that will connect them together, put them in proportion, and you'll be able to do the width and you'll be able to do the height. Okay, so that's pretty easy stuff. You got a little arrow here. What this allows you to do is close down this tab, so you can left click, that will open and close it. Right, the next thing we have here, is the stroke and we have the fill. Now at the moment, only available to this line is the actual stroke because we don't actually have a fill in it. Okay, we'll come into fills later when we're using shapes, but at the moment this is only a stroke. So you are only actually, by left clicking on where the red color is there, or whatever color yours is, you can actually come in and change the color. You can't actually change the color on the fill because there isn't a fill. This is just actually a stroke. Okay, next option down is allows you to make the stroke bigger or smaller, so we can make it fatter or thinner. Okay, this is done by pixels. Okay, so I could actually put my own in. I could put 5 pixels in, click on the gray area here, that will change the actual line on the stage. Next thing we have down here is a style, and we don't actually have to have a solid line. We could have a dashed line, dotted line, ragged line, stippled line, or a hatched line. Okay, we can come through, we can select any one of these, and you'll notice it will actually change the line. Now next to this style you'll have a little pencil, and what this means is this is like the property section, which will come in, left click on that will allow you to come in and actually edit this actual section a bit more. So at the moment we have a dashed of 6 by 6, we can change that to something like 9 by 9, and that will add more information to it. Okay, you can make the thickness by changing the points of the actual thickness section. Now on each one, okay, they tend to differ. So let's say on the actual stripple, you'll notice we have more drop down options available to us. They got the dot size, we can make the dots larger. Okay, we can make them smaller, we can make them small variation, the density very sparse, dense. You know, you got these options where you can come in and you can really play with these lines to get the actual look that you want. Okay, simply when you're done, all you would have to do is hit OK, and that would apply this style here to this line. Okay, you'll notice here it's applied it to the line. Next thing we got is, actually I want to just quickly change that back to a solid color. Okay, this scale vertical. We're going to actually have to do this in another tutorial because I want to explain it a bit better on a different, it works a bit better than just having it on a line. But what I want to explain here is the actual cap version. Okay, I want to grab myself the zoom tool, and by simply left clicking, drag into an area that you want. When letting go, that will zoom into that area. Okay, what I want to show you is if I select, if I actually come in here, select that corner there, okay, and change this cap to, let's say, round. Okay, it'll actually change the corner of it. By default, normally Flash starts with a rounded capped edge. Okay, like I say, you can come in here and you can actually change these to have none, to have it square at the end. Okay, now this might not make sense at the moment, but later on down the road this is quite a good thing to be using, especially when you're coming to connecting lines and things like that. I just wanted to show you where it was, just so you're aware that it's there. And then the last one is the join, which will allow you to bevel, milter and round. Again, this isn't a good example, we will come back into that later. So you sort of get an understanding that, you know, you have your tools. You then have, like in Photoshop, where when you select a tool you have more options at the top. In our case in Flash they're down the bottom, and under each one of these you actually have a properties. The properties will change depending on what tool you're using, and you can come in here and edit your selections a lot more. That's it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial we'll probably be more than likely coming in with the pen tool. Let me know if you get any problems. Please subscribe to YouTube, check out my website. I'll catch you guys and girls at the next insane Flash tutorial course. Laters everyone.